What's up, guys? So literally 12 hours after replacing the injector return lines on the driver's side of the Duramax, the passenger side was like, yo, I'm feeling a little left out. Think I'm gonna start leaking today. And that's exactly what it did. I drove the truck twice. It was sitting out here idling the next morning and I noticed fuel coming down on the passenger side. So got up underneath there and sure enough, we got 2 or 3 of those injector return line caps, lids, seals, whatever you wanna call them, leaking. And so we're replacing that today and hopefully doing it without having to remove a whole bunch of bull crap like we did on the driver's side. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek underneath here. Obviously, I've already got the fender well liner out, but you can see that guy is leaking. There is one hidden behind our fuel filter. There's a bunch hidden. Okay, they're hidden freaking everywhere, and then you got that guy going up into the abyss, which is what connects via the barb, and we're gonna have to get to that. So I know for a fact we got to remove at least that fuel filter. Hopefully we don't have to remove the entire housing. I saw some people doing that, and there was really no video showing you exactly how to do this, so hopefully we're gonna do it step by step and really get it dialed in, but that's probably a good start. Let's go ahead and get that filter off. So step 1, disconnect your batteries just in case. Step 2, if you live in Alabama where the humidity is 1,000,000%, you're gonna wipe down your fuel filter to hopefully be able to get some traction to get this thing off of there. Yeah, literally everything in here is just damp. We're gonna try something a little outlandish here. And as you notice, we don't have a sensor on the bottom of ours. I don't know what's up with that. I'm guessing that's what's supposed to be plugged into here. We've never had any kind of code or anything for it. But since our oil filter wrench will not fit, we're gonna try the belt method. If we can get it up onto here. Oh yeah, that's a thing of beauty. Now let's take our belt off before we absolutely soak it in diesel fuel. And now we can just spin her off, keep her as flat as possible to hopefully not make a big mess. She is slap full. We'll let her drip for a minute. Well, now that we got the filter out of the way, you can see we have full access to our return line. This guy's hidden a little bit back there. Full access to that one as well. And this front guy's a little tucked in there, and then the line that runs up to the engine is gonna be connected to a metal barbed piece, which hopefully is not gonna be a nightmare to get to and remove and then replace, but we're gonna figure out that as we go, and that's gonna be the last step. So you can see how damp all this harness is and stuff, and that's from these guys leaking as the truck is running. It's not super wet up there on them now, but when the truck does have full fuel rail pressure, it's returning fuel and it ain't all going back to there. It's spraying out from wherever this thing is cracked at. And just like the driver's side, we're gonna take our time and we're not gonna lose any clips. That's the goal today. Boom. There's our first one, and our O-ring stayed on. Let's get the second one. Pull the other side, just work it back and forth until it comes out like that. And you just want to keep your finger pressure on it. That way it does not go flying. That's number 2 out. There she is. O-ring is on. Perfect. Now this one is definitely more tricky to get in and see. You can see it from the top, but you really can't get to it. Let's see if we can. We're gonna go ahead and get the front one. That way we can spin that guy sideways. There we go. Beautiful. Go. O-ring still on. Now let's go back and get that other one. I know y'all probably couldn't see anything. Do apologize. But it's tight as crap right there. All right, don't drop the clip. Oh gosh. She's dangling. Clip is dangling. Let's get her out. There we go. Clip is out. Boom. There she is. Is our O-ring on there? It is. Let's go. The last thing is to follow that line right there all the way up to there. I'll see it right there. I know it's blurry as crap. Turns out you absolutely do not need to take anything else off, because you can reach right in here and grab the hose. Let's see if I can show y'all. Right there she is. So there's the barb, there's the hose. I already pulled it off. So now we can go ahead and remove this guy out the bottom. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can see right there, that guy's got a big old crack in it. That's why when it's pushing a lot of fuel back, it's getting past that crack, and that's where the leak's from. So here's our new line. I did go with a different brand than the driver's side. This one was highly reviewed, and it came with both sides. So if we ever do have a failure on that driver's side from the other one, I don't think we will, but we have an extra one now. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip these guys in some diesel fuel, get those O-rings lubed up. Your T-fitting line is gonna be for the driver's side. Your long one, straight one, is gonna be for the passenger side. Let's go ahead and snake this guy up into place. Now, hopefully we're not gonna have any fitment issues like we did on the first set that we bought for the driver's side. Hopefully these guys are all gonna go right up in like they're supposed to. But we want to be as careful as we possibly can when getting this guy in. We don't wanna nick our O-rings on anything. So just nice and careful. Okay. Grab, wiggle, and push down. And if you push them in too far, bring them back out a little bit. After fighting with this back one, which I thought was going to be the easiest, for about 30 minutes, I believe we've got her seated in place. There she is, got the retainer on. Went ahead and threw our fuel filter on because it is extremely close, and I was worried it wasn't going to fit. It clears, but it's really freaking close. Got both those in. Now, the little barb piece is directly under this hose right here. Follow it up to there. It's super easy to pull it off. You can see it from the top. You just got to finagle your neck a little weird way, and she's in there. So now we just got to go ahead and purge this guy, get it filled up with fuel. Then we'll crank this thing and hope to goodness we got no leaks. Now we're going to go ahead and take a 1/2 inch and crack this bleeder screw free. We're gonna go ahead and pump till we can't pump no more. And don't be staring down straight into that thing, because it's gonna squirt up in your face. And I'm gonna clean our fuel mess up, and then we'll crank this thing. Do it into the driveway test. Got our belt sounding terrible. We also got to check for rocks. There's still condensation built up everywhere, but she isn't leaking yet. But we got to go for a good drive, get all of our fuel rail pressure maximized, stress the system a little bit, make sure that we don't spring a leak. And if all goes to plan, then fingers crossed, nothing changes. Just just got back from a really good drive to town, romped on her a couple of times. Everything should be fully pressurized, maximum, I wouldn't say like maximum test, but let's see how we're looking. Are we dry? Please, dear Lord, be dry. It's looking dry. I don't see anything down here. Fuel filter, dry. That guy looks dry. We definitely got it up to temp, so any of the fuel that was on the engine and the manifold and stuff would have burnt off. That's looking dry. She's looking dry up front. How you looking? Oh my gosh, that's freak. Dang, that freaking manifold cools down quick. Let's freaking go, boys. Successful install of the passenger side injector return line. So now we have a new one on the driver and the passenger. They are not the same brand, but we have the same brand that went on the passenger in case the driver ever fails, but it's a high quality one too. It's definitely hit or miss. You want to get one that's good. Don't get one that's cheapo off of Amazon. That's what we did the first time, and quickly found out upon trying to install it that it just would not fit because it was not the right size. You'll have issues with the plastic part being the incorrect size, the O-rings too big, too small. Obviously now you can't buy like genuine OEM from GM because this truck's 20 years old now. I think after like 12 years they discontinue parts. Maybe it's 12 years after the body. I don't know. Either way, you can't buy them. But I am tickled with that, dude. So I am confident enough to go ahead and throw our wheel well liner back on, which is going to make this thing look so much better because we have a giant rat's nest. I don't know where that freaking voice came from. Not sure what we got going on in here. Obviously, our coolant temperature sensor has been boogered with, and we don't have a sensor on that for whatever reason, which I'm assuming plugs into there. I don't know, it doesn't throw any codes. Maybe if I had scrolled through, it just would say fuel life is always 0 or always 100. I don't freaking know, but I'm stoked with that, dude. Another issue, Duramax probs, resolved, at least for the time being. So yeah, I'm tickled. Hopefully y'all did enjoy. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, ring that bell notification. I'll see y'all boys in the next video.